So filming hasn't been going that well, mainly because I've been getting drunk and the weather's
We're
been...
gonna beat each other, y'all!
I thought it'd be a good way to start the videos off by showing like the opening kind of training session that everyone does, because it tends to be a lot of fun and it looks pretty good. So I think it shows off kind of one of the funner things about these kind of events. So yeah, may as well show you.
Listen in! One of the real challenges of this is going to be that there's so many of you. It's a very long line, and already I'm sure people are struggling to hear what is being said. With this wind, when I turn away from you, I know it's going to be hard for you to hear me. No hand hits, no feet hits. Now, the no hand hits, that is an expedition-only rule. It's kind of good form, as Oil say, it's good form here not to hit people in the hand. But on paper, there's no rule to sense that. What I do not want to see is somebody intentionally trying to whack the back of the hand. Somebody look in. I do not want to see. That's rubbish. Especially if I do it bigger and I end up breaking her hand, because that's one of the most easiest things to break in these fights. So what I'm saying is, the fighting styles that we want to see from you is done for a purpose, done for a reason. Don't waste your time doing things that we've learned through years of experience is not going to work for you. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. A culture in Germany is you don't take more than one hit per second. This allows you to avoid dealing with machine gunning. When a person does something like this, yeah, that sucks. Machine gunning, you're not supposed to do it. Usually they've got a dagger or something small and they're trying to be clever. Werner's fighting, he's fighting this young lady here, and he comes up and he goes. Werner got hit once, 1 hit per second. Alright? It's like you have a dialogue with your opponent, so you can have a cool, safe fight. If you come into these just to beat the other person, either you'll hurt them or you'll get hurt. And it won't be fun. Eye contact is essential when you're doing this. You will learn without having to talk to each other whether your opponent is okay with you, normally. Also whether they're taking it too seriously. Because they'll get a look like in their eyes they really want to hurt you. That's not a person to keep fighting with. I know these are toys, but when someone really wants to start hurting you, it can happen. Most of the time, the brawling is going to happen at the tavern or at the camps or at the gates or on the way back and forth. And what that means is, basically, come on out. I don't like you, you know. I think you've got an attitude. Brawling 9. And I'll whisper to him, Brawling 9! I'll whisper that, not yelling at but so you can hear me, otherwise this is no good to teach you this. Right? And he'll reply, Brawling 5. And I'll go, ha, cool. And then, so we start fighting. And I'll knock him down once. And then you'll hit me. Oh. And we'll do that until he's gone down 5 times. Yeah? Or he decides he's had enough. But normally the way these things work, you can take as many brawling hits as you have your skill. I don't expect anyone here to have brawling 10. If you do, it's up to you, you can do it. But I'll tell you, you're limiting yourself, because if you role play a character that can never be beat, the only person you're limiting is yourself. Who wants to play a character that can never lose a brawl? How crappy is that? Why are you even here, man? Go play war games on the computer and win all the time. Right, what I want to show you now is how in line fighting, what people normally do and what they should do. This is the beginner's part, so we're going to go slow, guys. Don't swing really fast. What I want all of you to do is very slowly pantomime fighting the person across from you. Let me get out of the way first. And just, doesn't matter if you hit each other, just sort of fight. Just kind of fight.
Can't go to the person next to me.
Hit Werner. Hit Werner. Deborah hit Werner. Deborah hit Werner. Oh. Treachery. Keep fighting. Get up. Get up. Not yet. I want this group to move down here and form 3 ranks facing this way. I want this group to move down there, 3 ranks facing this way. And these guys, if they're brave, if they're not worried, the psychology doesn't affect them, they can hold you because basically they're fighting one-on-one. Now, obviously, as Jack was saying, if the pole arms get in the second rank, they can kind of reach over. So suddenly now you got a force multiplier, you're getting more people in there, right? Where possible, the group leader may decide to spread you out a bit, but right now we're in confined spaces, so it's quite possible you would fight in these blocks. I want you guys to be right here. You stay there, back up, real open, and I want you to open up a bit. Come towards me, spread out, more space between each other. More spread out between each other. Spread out, spread, arms up, make room. Open up. Now when you're fighting like this, you're fighting more like skirmishers. I know there's not quite enough room for what I want to do here, but you're opened up a bit.
But if we're in a gate fight, it'd be about this width, right?
Yeah. What I want you guys to do this time is I want the first rank only, to go through, and I want you to let them through. Right? Punch through them. Don't worry about hitting them. Just try to get past them, and you guys let them get past you. Right? Go. Stop. Okay, back on your feet. Back on your feet. Get on your position.
Reform the ranks.
The psychology of it is you trust your buddies well enough to let them go past you. It's trust. These guys are going to be foolish enough to go ahead and do that, and I'm all right. Now, instead of fighting one person, they're fighting all of this. And if there's nobody following them up, these guys can then turn around and still deal with the threat. Form shield wall.
I go for there.
Right? And when you're shield walling, what you really want to try to be doing is you're covering yourself, but you're also covering your buddy. Right? You need to be thinking about that. Your weapons, you in the front rank weapons are not the primary killers. Their job is to defend. They should be using their weapons to defend themselves as well as their shields. If they get a lucky shot, fine. All right? I'm going to show you in a minute how that can work. But what I want to happen is stay very close together. I want you guys to approach in only a rank of 4, okay? Because obviously, the way you beat this is you guys just swarm this, which we'll do in a minute. But right now, approach in a rank of 4. 2 ranks of 4, advance, and fight. 2 ranks of 4, fight. Ha! Stop! Stop!
Hold!
Reform your ranks. So what we're going to do is we're going to do what a large number of single-handed weapon people should do. You're going to fight as heavy infantry. I realize it sucks a little bit because you don't actually know. Who's my most experienced person?
Tiny.
I'll go with Tiny on this one first. Yeah. I'm going to let you have command of them. So step out of the ranks in the back. You know you're going to be fighting these guys. You know you're formed up. Right? You guys, you're a bunch of skirmishers. Jack's in charge. Right? Jack, what do you think you're going to do?
Right.
Don't tell us. What do you think, though? Good. Attack!
Shoot! Everyone left! I'll come up to the side. One side! Step forward! Step!
Hold it!
Step! Step! Come through!
Around and kill them all. Politely. Apologize with every blow. What I saw there was what I wanted to see. Maybe not as fast as I would have liked to have seen, but in the end you got what you needed to do. You would have taken a lot less casualties if you'd have followed his lead quicker. You missed a perfect opportunity to flank heavily here. A few of you stayed too engaged here. Yes, you need a couple to engage this so they don't readjust, but too many of you stayed to do that. If you're going to commit to that kind of attack, the only way skirmishers win is aggression, right? You got to really commit to it. If you try to half-ass your way as a skirmisher, they'll cut you to pieces. Alright? In the end, I think the only reason they didn't be able to do that better is because people weren't exactly falling over the way they will have to out there.
So it started raining, so we all had to leg it inside and kind of cut things short a little bit. But it was still pretty fun.
This is really cool. My buddy Vince made the scabbard with this like tribal-looking werewolf in it, and in-game it's actually an heirloom from my character's father, who just died like 2 months ago.
You seem really broke up about it.
Yeah, I'm torn up.
It's cool though.